Welcome to another edition of Against the Grain Sports
Well,
Podcast, Uncut, and I am your host, Jody Coleman, in the building. A full arsenal of
Ray,
individuals on the show. We got Michael, the People Champ Perry. Man, how you
Ray.
doing, my guy?
So,
What's up, bro?
What up? What
can,
up?
can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Because I can't
We
hear
got
Jody. Can y'all hear Jody?
Jarrell
Yeah.
Solo on Sports Glen, all the way from San Antonio, Texas.
Damn it, man. All
I'm
right,
good.
I'll log out and come back
We
in.
got
All right.
we
I'm
got
good,
Ray
bro.
Moore,
What's going on?
Barber Lindsay in the building.
What up? What up? What up?
Man, we good, man. Hey, man, we having a sensational day in sports, man. We a week away from Super Bowl 60. The Seattle Seahawks versus New England Patriots, man. That's going to be very interesting. We'll talk about that media day tomorrow, Monday, and as well as we're talking about some NBA, some good games tonight, some game of the night between the Thunder and the Nuggets. Jokic should be back in this matchup, so that should be quite interesting. And we got a lot of college basketball to cover. And I got a question to ask the panel because with Bill Belichick not getting in first ballot, it's a lot of question marks that come up with a lot of different players. And the first stop, I'll give y'all the first stop on that ride because there's several players that if he didn't get in first ballot, there's several other players or coaches that shouldn't get in first ballot, and we'll talk about it. But so how's that weather down there, man? What's going on, bro?
It was in the 20s this morning, but it's already warming up. It's going to be, I think, mid 50s or so by the end of the day. So yeah, it's warming up pretty nice. Hey, Jody, I got to talk to you about some shit, bro. Your Cleveland Browns fans are pretty sensitive, man. I was on NFL channel, I guess their Instagram page showed a picture of Shador Sanders walking into the hotel getting ready for the Pro Bowl. He had this big ass suitcase, right? And I put in the comments, I said, "Man, how many flag football flags he got in that suitcase, right?" Why did I say that? And this Cleveland Brown fan gets on there. Ask your mama, nigga. Your mama packed his bag. I said, "Whoa, why are you so sensitive?"
Yeah.
I mean, goddamn, relax.
Hey, listen, man.
I can't even
You
crack
can't,
a
you can't
joke with
just
y'all.
you just can't be.
Well,
Hey,
all it
listen, man.
takes
You
is
know how
for me
wild
to
it get,
say
man. I don't think that's just gonna be. I think it's
Hey, so all it
What?
takes for me to do is to say, well, Jody said,
real quick.
and
Agent said, "Are y'all still playing in the snow? Or are y'all just going for some hot chocolate?" That's for Mike. Mike, you said you still playing in the snow.
I'm doing both. We got a chocolate. Never mind. We into
Whoa.
some other shit over here.
What the fuck? It's the
Well,
lowest day, Mike.
Yeah. And he has blessed me with snow and chocolate.
Yes, he will, brother.
no doubt. We
We
about to
good?
get
We
right
okay.
into it,
There we go.
fellas, man. We're gonna talk about Super Bowl 60. Super Bowl 60, man. Ray, you wasn't on here yesterday, man. Talk to me about some key elements that we go into this weekend, this week of Super Bowl. What do you think is key elements in this game between the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks?
The key element is how well is Drake May's throwing shoulder. That's the key right there. Like right now, um, we could talk about. I know Mike is gonna say, "Well, he's gonna talk about Ohio State guys," but these are the key guys. No matter how you want to cut it, no matter how you want to splice it, Jay is saying, are they going to be able to stop him? On the other side, how can they stop Henderson, and how can they stop the other running back? I forget the other running back's name. How are they going to stop these guys? Are you going to be able to? What are they going to be able to do with the Seahawks? Just their throwing attack. Period. I think Mike has kind of hit it on the nose with what's the name being the Sam Darnold being the comeback player of the year. I know he can't win it, but he has definitely took this team to higher heights that they ain't seen in but 10 to 12 years. So I think he caught lightning in a bottle, and that's dope for them. Um, I just don't know what the Patriots is going to be able to do for them. I picked the Seahawks to win it. What, last week, the week before last, and I'm still sticking by that pick for sure. But the Seahawks is looking real good right now, and I don't think nobody can stop them right now.
Okay. So, Lonsford, what do you think about this? We talked about his media week, Monday and Tuesday, the game we should be getting in full throttle. And we talked about some of the interviews. There's no Marshawn Lynch. There's what is the conversation? What's the vibe going to be like in San Francisco getting ready for the Super Bowl?
Well, it depends on when Cardi B's going to show up to the Bay Area. When Cardi B shows up, that's when the party gets started. I'm pretty sure. And I'm pretty sure I don't know if they're going to check Diggs' hotel room, but I'm pretty sure he's probably going to get back late from curfew a few times before the Super Bowl. I'm just putting that out there. You know, they've been known to get their party on. Hopefully he don't do that. This is a big game for them. This is first time and maybe only time to the Super Bowl. You never know. It's going to be a very interesting game. I think what Ray said about the quarterback shoulder is very important. The head coach tried to make it seem like he wasn't practicing because he was sick. I don't know if that's true. The Patriots been known to lie about things from time to time, but it's going to be an interesting football game. I think Seattle's they're a more well-rounded team than the New England Patriots. New England Patriots, they're good. I think they're ahead. I don't think they were supposed to be this far along this quick, but I'm not really surprised that Seattle's looking to consider how they play from time to time this year. They had an outstanding season. I think New England's really surprising teams. Not that they don't want to win this game, but I think they might be further along than they thought they would be. But I think Seattle, I think they have a better defense, and I think they have a better quarterback. We can't say it too many times about Sam Darnold. I would say New England probably has the better running game. I like Seattle's wide receivers and tight ends more. And the special teams, I give Seattle the advantage. So I'm gonna go Seattle in this game. That's for sure.
Okay.
You like their tight ends? Their tight ends is better.
Yeah, they're nice.
He likes the ends nice and tight, Ray.
Nice and tight.
Michael, the people said, what do you think about this game, man? Like, media week. Like I said, I think Stephon Diggs would be the most appealing storyline or whatever we will have going this week. There's no Marshawn Lynch. There's no drama going on between these two teams. These two teams don't hate each other. What do you think is going to be the vibe in Santa Clara this week?
Well, as you can see from my attire, the Super Bowl is the second most important thing to me happening in the next 7 days. So this is North Carolina and North Carolina and Puke week. So the Super Bowl will be second to me, but Drake May is a Tar Heel, and so that will speak volumes for itself. But at the end of the day, Super Bowls have their own personalities and characters evolve through media day. We didn't know who some of these people were in media week up until they had that moment in media day. And they were like, oh, this player has personality, or this storyline is that. So as the week goes on, it will kind of evolve into its own thing. Yeah, we like it when we have known characters that we could, when Dallas had Michael Irvin and Deion Sanders, that was easy, right? But come on, that first Patriots team, we didn't know shit about none of them. Belichick was the dude and whatever. We were talking about the Rams and the greatest show on turf. And could they repeat and like all this other stuff? And then the Patriots showed up as the Patriots and then kind of took off. So I think every media day has its own personality. And we'll find some personalities and storylines as the week goes on. And if Cardi B gets to Cardi B, it could take off in ways of which we've never seen before. Because we know Kraft likes a good massage here and there his damn self and loves the twerking as well. So ain't no telling what him and Stephon Diggs is actually into. But I digress.
It is this week, being in a part of the festivities a few years ago, Me and Ray was out there when it was in Vegas between the 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs. It was a lot of live action. It was storylines. Can Patrick Mahomes be considered one of the greatest of all time? And I'm just trying to figure out what it is, the storyline going to be. I mean, it's two head coaches that have never been here before. There's two quarterbacks that have never been here before. There's a lot of guys on these rosters. If you look at clear across both rosters, there's not a lot of guys that has been in the Super Bowl. To be honest, I got to look back and see who actually were in the Super Bowl. I got to really do some research on that to see that. Coaching staffs, players. So I think it is a new experience, and sometimes you have to bust that cherry of Super Bowl. Yeah, I said it. Bust that cherry of Super Bowl experiences and whatnot. But I think they'll find somebody. I think that it's gonna like Soul said, the camera's gonna be in Stephon Diggs' face pretty much the whole week. They're gonna try to get a sound bite out of him. We know his brother is gonna be somewhere very close because they're a very close knit brotherhood. Carly B is definitely. I think she needs to get some as much as we talk about Taylor Swift. Why are we not talking about Carly B? It's crazy, but I'll leave that alone. We know what that's about in Gillette Stadium. But nevertheless, man, I think it's going to be a pretty solid game as the week goes on. Two very good defenses will be facing off. As the scoring I think people will take field goals and not try to go for it on fourth down a lot in this game because both of these defenses can cause turnovers and get guys that. What's up, Mike?
Do you think that black media is responsible for giving Cardi B and her situation more pub than just letting it go by? Because if you talk about Taylor Swift, white media kind of, elevates her relationship with Travis Kelce. So should black media elevate Stephon Diggs and Cardi B, or are we afraid to do it and find a reason? Well, she twerks and she's half naked. Are we afraid of the backlash from mainstream media when at the end of the day, no matter what she does to be who she is who she is, and he is who he is, and it's a celebrity couple. So are we responsible for promoting them, or are we just going to sit back and wait for mainstream white media to do it for us?
See, I don't think that's the proper way of saying it. I mean, we got to think about it. Stephon Diggs have had a lot of off the field allegations that he's fighting right now.
Yep.
So a lot of times you don't want to get in front of that and be like, oh, Travis Kelce really never had a lot of off the field issues, and Taylor Swift is the biggest pop star in the world outside of Beyonce. So I don't think it has anything to do with race. I think it has everything to do with the behaviors of the people off the field. I wouldn't say it got anything to do with race because I'm pretty sure if this was let's throw a guy out there. If Patrick Mahomes was the quarterback in the Super Bowl, he was start dating Beyonce. I'm just saying, I know that can't happen. I think it would be just as high as Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
Hey, Jody, do you think the reporter would be out of line for asking Stephon Diggs about his allegations, about choking the chef? You think somebody would be out of line for asking that question?
I think it will get asked. I'm honestly, they don't leave any stone unturned when it comes to Super Bowl week. They're going to always look for a soundbite. So I believe that is definitely going to be on.
Would you ask that question?
Would I ask it? Hell no. I'm a guy that likes what happens on the field. I'm a reporter that's going to report what's on the field. What like all that off the field, off the court stuff ain't for me because everybody is human. So everybody's going to have their situation. All I care about is, can you score a touchdown? Can you dunk the ball? Can you hit a baseball? I don't give a damn what you got going on. If you still are in the lead and you're not suspended, then evidently the league thinks the same thing I think. I mean, because if you were that bad of a person, then be suspended and don't let him play in the game. So,
hey, Joe, here's a funny one you can ask Stephon Diggs. You say, hey, Diggs, I saw the viral video of you crying after you won the championship against the Broncos, and you were saying, oh, man, people thought I was washed, but she only had 5 catches for 17 yards. What do you think about that?
Hey, that's
Get him out of here.
I mean, that's a good question. I mean, because he could have been a decoy. So, like, I'm being there's a lot of people think because the elite wide receiver doesn't have a big game that he's not playing his best game, like AJ Brown. Sometimes you have to be out there so somebody else can shine, and maybe you're dictating the coverage on the side of the field. So the running game, so you can't run 8 in the box. You got to run 2 high safety so you can run the ball and have running lane. People got to understand when you're a wide receiver, you don't have to always go out there and have 10 catches for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns to be successful.
How many 8 in the box? How many can fit in this box? How big is this box we're talking about?
Yo, you know, sometimes
hey, you said 3 meats in a box, Joe. Didn't you say yesterday 3 meats in a box? And that was
if that box
wild.
needs more than 6 in the box, then I'm out.
Hey, that's what RB said. RB said they got the meats. I mean, that's what they said. I'm not going around calling no grown man the king of meat either, man. I'm not.
No.
Hey, you know it's a barbecue spot in here in the city, and he goes by the king of meats. And pause.
I'm not gonna
pause that.
Ray, I'm not calling no grown man that in his face. Like,
Shout out to my guy, but his food is delicious.
Is his meat good? I
carefully worded. His food is delicious.
Is the meat flavorful? Is it juicy?
Protein is good.
Yo, that's crazy.
Ray is the expert on the meat.
Whoa.
Absolutely not.
Is the meat fulfilling when you get? Do they give good quantities of meat?
Yo,
his food is good.
All right.
Hold on, Ray. Last question.
What I said.
Last question is does his meat makes your mouth water?
I don't know about all that. Next question.
I need to know.
Hey, hold on. Hey, Jody, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
that's crazy work. But Donald said black people don't like black people, want to ever give our own credit like other races do theirs. Eagles Philly said, good morning, good brothers. Keep doing your thing. Stay safe and stay blessed. My man over there in Philly, man, I think they starting to get the roads and all the snow cleared out in the Midwest. Donald said, I think it will be ag sold, but my thing is I don't like the media can say anything, but a player has to have a political response. That is very true. That they can't really say what they feel. But now that this is kind of
like I came on this show.
This is kind of transitioning into what I wanted to talk about. We know, like we talked about yesterday, and now one of the hottest media stories is Bill Belichick not getting into the Hall of Fame on the first ballot. Now, it gets me to thinking, and my mind started going, and I got a question. I'm going to start with Soul. Since Bill Belichick doesn't get in on first ballot, does Ben Roethlisberger get in first ballot Hall of Fame? Wow.
Well, the things Big Ben were accused of, were they ever actually proved, or did he do any time or anything of that nature? He got accused of raping someone, right?
Yeah,
he got suspended twice.
Yep,
from the league twice.
Yep, and one of his suspensions was supposed to be 6 games, but Goodell reduced it to 4 games.
4, yep.
In 2010. So
Big
he had 2 allegations.
Big Ben got what, 2 Super Bowls?
Yes.
Yeah, and 2 rape allegations.
2 for 2.
Yo.
Oh, they're 2 different. Never mind. I'm gonna be quiet with that.
Was it a group thing or was it?
I'm trying to grow up, y'all. Y'all not helping me with this.
Damn sure not.
I'm gonna say no. He doesn't get in first ballot.
Okay. And I'm gonna spin the block. I'll be back. Michael the People Champ. Does Ben Roethlisberger get in first ballot with all this quote unquote off the field stuff with Bill Belichick? Well, actually, Bill Belichick was on the field. So, do you still think that Ben Roethlisberger gets in first ballot?
We are getting into a slippery slope when we start placing moral high grounds into sports, because if we do that, then I mean, should Lawrence Taylor have ever gotten in? I mean, we know the guy was literally snorting before games. We know that Michael Irvin had a damn brothel on the Cowboys, damn near on the Cowboys training facility, with every drug that you can imagine, according to his own words as he speaks today. So if we're going down this slippery slope and with the heightened allegations, I'm going to use something that's a little bit different, but I'm going to interject it here. We saw the Moore guy at that school up north that y'all hate, And we saw Mel Tucker also in Michigan, who recently had all the charges against him were found not to be true. And he lost $80 million off of allegations. And Michigan State working ahead of the legal system, right?
Yeah.
So what do we do when we find out these situations and circumstances that turn out not to be what they were when they were first reported, with these rush to judgments about most everything? And so if we kept it to what happened on the field, Bill Belichick should be in. If we kept it to what happened on the field, Ben Roethlisberger should be in. But once you start raising this moral high ground, and you're going to have morality clauses on the Hall of Fame inductions, then hell, we know Deshaun Watson, no matter what he does over the last half of his career, would never get in on first ballot. And a guy like Donovan McNabb, whose only allegation of life is chunky suit, still isn't in. So where does it begin and where does it end, and how does it operate? I don't like it. I think if we keep it on the field, it's a much better thing. But now that they have set this precedent, does Tom Brady get in?
Yeah, that's
on
what
first ballot?
we'll get to that. Just answer that one.
Did he answer the question?
No, he didn't.
No, so I don't think that Ben Roethlisberger. I don't know how Ben Roethlisberger gets in if we're setting new moral high grounds for getting into the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
What's up, Paul? With the extra point, said Mike stabbed a teammate in the neck. Donald said, I really just want to know if Brady, first ballot Hall of Famer. Of course, they should be first ballot. But if you hold it against Belichick, you have to hold the same thing against Brady. But I don't think Big Ben will get in. He don't think Big Ben should get in first ballot. Ray, what do you think? Do Big Ben get in first ballot?
I don't. Well, this has reset everything. So with that being the case and what they did to Bill, and then what we're saying about Brady and all that stuff, I feel like he shouldn't, but he will.
You think Ben gets in?
I think he gets in first ballot.
Well, this is my thing. I think Ben will get in first ballot because we tend to sweep a lot of shit up under the rug. Because that didn't tarnish the league, because not only was he suspended for 6 games originally, Big Ben, he got 2 games reduced for good behavior. How the fuck do you get good behavior on a suspension? What was he going, giving out fucking food to the homeless? Like, what was he doing for Cadell in 2010 to reduce his sentence from 6 games to 4 games? What was? And then it's crazy. I believe he went on to win the Super Bowl a year later, or he just won the Super Bowl. I'm not sure exactly which year it was on, but that's not even the point. The point is this: if you have allegations out here, you can't have one thing good for one thing and one thing not good for the other one. So does Big Ben get in? Yeah, he's going to get in, but it's so many other people, because Terrell Owens had no off the field anything. Terrell Owens didn't do anything off the field. He never got a drug case. He never got any DUIs or any of this stuff that all these other players have done. And Terrell Owens still, even though we know he was one of the most electrifying wide receivers of our time, of the era of the NFL, he still didn't get in first ballot Hall of Famer either. So what are we going to do? And these questions are definitely going to be on the forefront of everybody's mind, because Big Ben literally was suspended on multiple occasions for multiple sexual charges. And these are, and I'm going to go ahead and say it, these are actual sexual misconduct. So this is not a Deshaun Watson or Justin Tucker where they never touched the actual victims. Talk to me about that. Well, how was that? These are allegations of a 20-year-old young lady in Georgia and in Miami of Ohio, basically saying that she was touched. Talk to me, so.
Well, Joe, how you get your suspension dropped from 6 games to 4 is if you go those 4 weeks. Hey, look here, Commish, I ain't touch any females in these 4 weeks, so you got to drop this shit by 2 weeks. I keep my hands in my pocket. I've been minding my own business. It's gonna come up, I guarantee you. When's Ben? He's got to be what, next year or so? When the next couple of years?
He still got 2 years remain. No, because he retired. Yeah, he got 1 more year. Yeah, 1 more year.
It's going to come up. I guarantee you. Will it hurt some? He probably won't be unanimous because of this. But in the new world we live in, back when LT and all those guys were playing, that's just football players. It's okay. He entertained us. We didn't care about all the off the field stuff. But in the world we live in now, we overanalyze every single thing, and I guarantee you, Big Ben's going to suffer from the stuff he did years ago.
Okay, Eagles Philly said the Sixers last night honored the 2001 Eastern Conference champion finals that played the Indiana Pacers, Milwaukee Bucks, and Toronto Raptors, and we went on to play the Lakers in the NBA Finals. They honored that team last night 25 years ago. I just wish Iverson would have had a second score that would have helped him. He wouldn't have mattered. He would have not passed him the ball anyway. I'm joking. Paul said Big Ben is the Eli tier. They will have to wait for a bad class to get inducted. This point, Paul. And then Asia said he will. They always make a way to get who they want in. Michael, the people champ, talk to me. What's different when you actually have a actual physical altercation off the field, and we got Deshaun Watson, and luckily Deshaun Watson probably won't make a Hall of Fame. We probably unless he just goes on to have 10 more years, and he just win 10 Super Bowl straight. But Justin Tucker, a guy that has the highest percentage of any kicker in NFL history and a Super Bowl, he won't get in, or will he? What's the difference?
It's the Peyton Manning rule. What a lot of people don't know is that Peyton Manning was accused of sexual assault in Tennessee by a trainer or two for making unwanted advances, dropping trowel, and doing all kinds of nefarious behavior while at Tennessee that politely got swept under the rug. But this is also like 1996, 7, and 8, probably before we had all of what we have going on now. But if you Google it, you can find it. And so if Peyton Manning was able to get in first ballot for sexual misconduct allegations, then why wouldn't Ben Roethlisberger? Plus, if you got the complexion for the connection, then you have to look at that as well, where things that other players do get swept under the rug and things that other players do get made national news. And we know that to be true. So I don't know where all of this is headed. But if you take the Peyton Manning rule and apply it, then yeah, Ben Roethlisberger will get in first ballot with no problem.
But this is the crazy. We can't say something about a complexion because Bill Belichick is the same complexion as Ben Roethlisberger.
But Bill Belichick's situation is a little bit. We were talking about Ben Roethlisberger, and I was making a comparison to that. And a black player that gets accused of sexual anything has got a whole different set of problems than our counterparts.
Okay, Donald said, I think some of the guys that have been treated like Belichick, because if they didn't, it would be known, which we already know, that it's flat out personal. And once it's flat out becomes personal, the Hall of Fame loses value and becomes a flat out joke. Very true, Donald. And then Eagles Philly said, did y'all watch the boxing match last night between Stevenson put on the clinic last night at Madison Square Garden? He has 4 belts and weight in 4 different weight classes. And Paul said nobody talks about the Manning situation. Mike completely swept under the rug. Ray, what do you think about that? Like, what's the difference? What's the difference between a guy like Roethlisberger? I mean, nobody even talks about this guy and what he has done. And I guess when you winning heals everything. And you turn around and then you got guys like Justin Tucker and Deshaun Watson who never even put their hands physically on anybody, but got suspended for way more games.
Okay, so the Manning thing happened way before the Me Too movement. So we got that. Let's really dive into that. It happened before the Me Too movement. Had this happened at the beginning, or right now, we'll be talking about this in a whole different light. So that's one thing that I will say. That Me Too movement changed how everything is being looked at when it comes to sexual assault and sexual misconduct and all that. Second of all, going back to what Mike said earlier about the Belichick situation versus the Roethlisberger situation. One happened, or the 2 incidents happened off the field. The other 2 incidents happened on the field. So we got a football to life comparison that just isn't on the same thing. So I think that's pretty much why they making an example out of Belichick versus the Roethlisberger situation. Third of all, man, I just think it's a joke. Yes, I think race does come into play when it comes to this because you got to look at it from the perspective of had Deshaun Watson, like you said, Jody, who didn't touch nobody. He's gotten far more. He got far more penalty, and probably still to this day still can't really get what he really wants out of his football career because of allegations that no one has actually even proven, and that's a slippery slope in and of itself. So I look at it from the perspective of this is a broad thing, but there's a lot of nuances that goes into it that we can spend the whole show talking about the different nuances that go on, and there is no difference. The difference is Ben Roethlisberger was accused of actually assaulting someone twice. He got penalized twice. You got a reduced penalty once. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But there was no fanfare for Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson couldn't get a fair trial. He got 11 games. Then he got sat down. Then he got to Cleveland, and then he still had people really ready to protest Cleveland for actually playing this guy. So that to me, no one was protesting Ben Roethlisberger for coming back to play twice. Come on. So yeah, it's a joke to me.
Yeah, I mean, my thing when you look at it, like we go back to even the Michael Vick situation where Michael Vick actually did his time and was incarcerated, I believe, a whole year to 18 months. And of course, Peter came out, and even to this day, he's still being protested and still called out of his name for things that he had already, paid for. So I'm really, I don't know, man. With Ben Roethlisberger, if he gets in first ballot, then we got another discussion. Will be tomorrow. Like I said, I'll have a different player every day that has some sketchy things that happen off the field, or on the field, whatever it may be. But it's crazy because a lot of people want O.J. Simpson's bust out of Canton. He committed murder, whatever he did, whatever the allegation that he did, that was well after his football years. And did we ever do a study on OJ's mind to make sure he wasn't suffering from CTE? Because a lot of these people are suffering from CTE that after the game, they have stuff that goes on with them. We don't take none of that in consideration. We take none of that in consideration that these guys go and hit their head against another human being for 12 to 15 years. And then they come out, Junior Seau, rest in peace. We knew what happened with Junior Seau. We knew what happened with Mike Webster, Andre Waters, just to name a few guys that had off the field stuff go on after their pro careers was over. And they did, like, that, I don't want to get into the gruesome things that they did, but I don't know. Ben Roethlisberger getting in now that all these, like Mike said, the new moral high ground is being set. But let's keep it all the way funky. With Bill Belichick, it's all about people disliking him. But I'm going to say this, and we're going to move on to the next thing. If you want to say that he cheated, go take his Super Bowls away. If you don't take his Super Bowls away, then he didn't cheat.
Hey, Jody. Hey, listen, I promise you, that's the same thing that I've been saying all this week at the shop. People are like, man, what you think about that? I'm like, if he going to be punished for this, why does he still have Super Bowls? Ain't nobody taking those banners away. Ain't nobody taking those rings away. Like, so why are we even penalizing him now for him getting into the Hall of Fame? Like, none of it makes sense. And I think it's selective outrage. They want to be outraged by him when they want to be outraged by him. And again, we know that these owners are a coalition of people that just once they got their sights on you, it's a wrap for you.
I think this 24-year-old girl has something to do with it as well. I think it's a totality of things against Bill Belichick. That a lot of these owners wish they could have a 24-year-old girl, and they can't. And Bill is out here doing his thing,
living his best life.
Bill's got Super Bowl rings older than that girl.
At damn near 90, and he's still getting it in, and not on the blue chews and nothing else. I think it's female envy, and that's what it boils down to.
How did Bill Poley get so much pull, guys? When did Bill Poley become this this guy that can pull strings like the Godfather, because that's who I'm understanding. And this is just it's allegedly, because I don't want nobody coming back saying that we said this. Allegedly, Bill Pooley has a lot to do with Bill Belichick not getting in on the first ballot. So talk to me about that. When the hell did Bill Pooley get so much pull? No pun.
He's well respected in the league. And when people respect you on every level as a GM and a team president, people listen to what you have to say. And I think people listen to it. Probably didn't take much to convince them to not put Bill Belichick in. It's not like he hadn't done anything. I mean, all we know is about the few times that they got caught. We don't know about all the other times that they actually did this. You know what I'm saying? So it really don't take. I don't think it takes much to convince these sports writers that he probably has good relationships with to convince them to change their vote and not that him in first ballot.
Hold on. So I gotta stop you there. I gotta fucking stop. This is the same motherfucker that said that Lamar Jackson should be wide receiver.
Okay.
This is the same Bill Pooley that said he would be better off if he ran the 40 at the combine and switched over and played wide. Is this the same guy? So
yeah, I never said I respected him. I'm saying he's well respected in the NFL, and people listen to what this guy has to say. If you have a good relationship with these sports writers, and they'll listen to what you're saying, you know what? You're right. Oh, you ain't got to convince all of them. Just a handful of them. Next thing you know, he's not getting in first ballot. I'm just checking, because he the same one that came on TV and put his foot in his mouth about Lamar Jackson. Mike, man, what do you think about how did Bill Pooley get so much pull over a Tom Brady with 6 Super Bowls, 8 total, 2 as a coordinator, 6 as a coach? How did he get more pull than him?
Bill Pooley doesn't even remember what he said, so I don't know how he got anything. Other than I saw something where Rob Parker 5 years ago made the same thing, that Belichick shouldn't get in because of Deflategate and Spygate and every other gate, and I think it was a underlining feeling amongst media members, the same way that they did Pete Rose, where like once they decide that they're gonna fuck you, then they just, take away the Vaseline and everything, and they just raw dog you because of how they feel. Yes. I truly believe we need to get away from non-athletes having say over who gets into the Hall of Fame. It's like if you're in a fraternity, but all non-fraternity members get to vote for who gets in your fraternity. You see what I'm saying?
So just Hall of Famers should vote then, Mike?
I think no. I mean, it could be all Hall of Famers. That would set a standard, because Hall of Famers know what it takes to be in the Hall of Fame. Or you should at least have had to play the sport and been subjected to the same things that the people being voted on are subjected to, because a journalist don't know what it's like to have all this other stuff kind of pulling at you and can come at you in many different ways to deal with. And athlete on athlete, they do.
Hold on.
Oh, whoa, wait a minute. Athlete and coming on people? God.
Go ahead, so.
I'm coming all over the place.
If you only let it players vote who gets, current Hall of Famers vote for who gets into the Hall of Fame, then that means Rondé Barber probably wouldn't have made it. I'm pretty sure.
What the hell is going on?
He wouldn't have got enough votes by his peers to get into the Hall.
What the fuck is going on?
No, I'm not gonna fuck with you.
I'm about to get with Ray on this one real quick. Paul said, let that apply to Michigan. Look, the ship is sailed. Michigan won a championship. Ain't nobody arguing with y'all, Paul. Y'all got y'all tip. We know y'all cheated, but y'all got y'all. So we're not going to argue with that. My man, Dwayne King Minks in the building said, what's up to the dogs in the building? Real quick, I'm going to address this before I go there. This is going to be a transition after Ray give his take about the Jason Kidd rant. And we'll talk about that in just a minute. Go ahead, Ray. Talk to me. How did Bill Pooley get so much pull and got where Belichick couldn't get into the Hall?
So to my understanding, there's been this long feud for William Patrick Polian Jr. he's been had a long feud with the Patriots. So it ain't got nothing to do with Belichick in and of himself. I think he just don't like the Kraft family. Maybe he don't like cheese on his macaroni. I don't know, man. Look, this right here is one of those things where you have people, they get frustrated, they don't like each other, and they start to bring their personal situations into a space that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. And I think this is pretty much what it is. And because he says it and he probably got some other guys that agree with it, maybe Kraft and stuck his cheese in some noodles that didn't belong to him. No, so in this, we got the situation that is become what it is. No one's gonna know, and I don't think he's gonna be so forthcoming with the information on why he did what he did. He just had the pull to do what he did, and he did it, and it's over.
This is crazy. This is crazy right here, guys. Because that's going to be a good transitional piece. Because Donald said, I don't think the media should have votes. I think it should only be Hall of Famers and the players that play against you. And then Paul said, we didn't cheat per se. We just slid in some DM. Paul, sit your
Y'all cheated.
Paul, sit your ass down. Hey, sit your ass down.
Just own it. Just own it. Who cares?
Shirt glasses back on, Paul.
Hey, Paul, crazy as shit. But this goes to what I seen it last night. I knew this was gonna be a topic, and I'm glad that we transitioned it over to this. So last night, Jason Kidd, the Dallas Mavericks head coach, had a rant last night because he was getting berated by questions of why, and this is something So have made mention, why are they putting Cooper Flag at the point guard position? Jason Kidd said, I played the game at the highest level. I know it. Basically, in the nutshell, I know what the fuck I'm doing. Right? But afterwards, I end up seeing it on SportsCenter, and there were some people on there that was really flabbergasted about, saying that only people that played the game should rule on if you played the game. And Kendrick Perkins came back and said, listen, I know about football. That don't mean just because I never played professionally mean I can't speak on it. So I know you've seen the rant.
Yeah.
And what is your perspective on people speaking on stuff that never played at the highest level? So the only people that should be giving commentary on you or a criticism is guys that played on the highest level as you. Is that what you agree with Jason Kidd said?
No, it's some frustration there, man. It's been a tough season for them. They have a terrible record. They lost a lot of close games, lost another one last night. So the criticism of him starting Cooper Flag at point guard, I said the same thing when the season started. I mean, Jason Kidd, I love you. You're one of the best point guards ever. But just because you played the game don't mean you can't make mistakes. You're not perfect. You say, you know what, shit, maybe I shouldn't play this kid at point guard. Just because you played the game at a high level doesn't mean you're going to be able to critique every single player the same way. I think he might have made a mistake of putting him at point guard. But then again, I can see him being pissed off by saying, hey, man, you guys don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I played this game. So I can see him being frustrated with the whole situation. But saying that someone can't make a comment about it because they didn't play the game at your level, that's not true. Okay. Mike, what do you think about that? Jason Kidd, they basically just went off on a rep. I mean, he was having more cuss words than me when he was talking to them. I was like, they had to bleep him every other word. So I was like, now, is he kidding to me? But no, Jason Kidd basically was, he got berated about putting Cooper Flag at the point guard position, even though Cooper Flag is probably going to be rookie of the year. So that's crazy work. But anyway, and he's losing games. So that's crazy work so they can get a better draft pick. Yes. But I mean, it's a win-win. They're developing. But the thing about it, he said that he don't believe that people that don't play the game at the high level as other people shouldn't have any say-so on it. Do you agree with that, Mike?
I think this is one of those situations where two things can be true at once.
Ain't had one of them in a while.
Yeah. And so what we end up with is we've got politics and sports is the hardest thing in this country because people that aren't in it have a lot to say about it, and it gets a lot of publication, right? We talk about politicians all the time. But we don't know what it's like to sit in Congress. We don't know what it's like to be on a subcommittee. We don't know what's going on in those meetings, so forth and so on. So we don't know, but we have an opinion. and opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one. So I also look at the fact that most great coaches were not great players or even played the sport that they coached at all. They were students of the game, right?
Yeah.
And so with that being the case, I can see where Jason Kidd could be offended because we don't go around telling doctors and carpenters and construction workers this building ain't set right. You didn't use the right mix to set the foundation for this place. And ABC, we just take it for what it is, and typically we go on. Sports is totally different, where we have we didn't play it, but we have an opinion about it, and it's expressed. So I think that coaches and players have to have thicker skin. I think that media and journalist members should recognize a certain line and not cross it. And that line is very thin. If you're not willing to say something to somebody face to face that might slap the shit out you, then you shouldn't say it. If you're willing to say it to them face to face and endure whatever the outcome is, then go for it. That's what I wish could happen. I wish somebody would go up to Mike Vrabel in a full non-controlled environment and start criticizing him about the Patriots. I can guarantee you that conversation with no restraints wouldn't end well. Or go up to Mike Tyson and talk to him about losing to Buster Douglas and see how that works out for you. So I just think there's a delicate line, but I think both sides could have a legitimate argument at the end of the day. It's just whatever side you really choose to be on.
Okay. King Mink said, well, tell Jason Kidd to have a better relationship with his son since they don't have relationships no more.
Wow.
That's crazy work.
Wow.
Yeah, he came with the haymaker. He came with the haymaker. Paul said you don't have to be a chef to have any opinion about how your food was prepared, but it's a opinion-based business. Young Chris said he started Coop at the point guard the start of the year and made him uncomfortable and tried him in different out of situations and spots in the offense. Jay Kidd is doing a great job during Coop's rookie campaign, and Kidd is right. People who don't know basketball don't have a word to experimentation is such to be said. Anything about what he's doing. Paul said, I agree with that part, Mike. The line is drawn with an opinion based and disrespect to the athletes. And Donald said, I said this a couple weeks ago. I don't agree because I know guys who actually are really good at basketball, and I'm telling him that they're double teaming from the nail, and he doesn't even know where the nail was. He played in the NBA. We let Charles Barkley speak championships, and he damn sure don't know nothing.
Your nephew hates Charles Barkley.
He hates Charles Barkley. Ray, talk to me about this situation, man. Like, what do you believe? What do you believe in? Like, is Jason Kidd on the right track? Should people that never played at his level be able to criticize him on what he's doing?
Yes and no. And I agree with Mike wholeheartedly that yes, this is a case where two things can really be true at the same time. Though everybody might not have played basketball, football, track, tennis, whatever at the highest level as a person, some people can just have the eye to see what needs to be done out there and can really just tell you like, hey, this is where somebody should go and track. This is where somebody should go do that. Do this or that on the court or on the field or whatever. I think what Jason Kidd basically is saying to them is like, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Because if y'all knew what y'all was talking about, y'all see what I'm doing. Cooper Flag just dropped 49 points the other night.
Yes, sir.
Followed it up with a 30-point game.
Yes, sir.
Right after that.
Yes, sir.
I don't think Cooper Flag is the problem.
They lost both of them, though.
That's good.
I get that.
I want to lose.
But again, they are 19-30 for the record. Maybe he's coaching them to get the development, like people have said on here. I think Soul said it, to get the development of Cooper Flag. Let him do what he does, so he can be the next Luka. They're trying to run this offense like and put Flag where Luka was, so Luka can so Flag can do what Luka had did, and they don't have to change their philosophy. So in this, I look at it as yes, they shouldn't talk about it because they probably don't know. But to say that all people, which he didn't say that, but to say that all people who didn't play at a high level shouldn't say anything, I think that's where people take things that someone said and take it out of context and spin it into a whole nother narrative. And I think that's what they did with that, because he didn't say anybody who didn't play at his level shouldn't talk about it. He said them, the ones that was asking him that question, they shouldn't talk about it because they didn't play at the level of what Jason Kidd did. And Jason Kidd has done more for the Mavericks as coaching and as a player than any of those journalists could ever.
Yeah, but as a reporter, that's a legit question. I mean, I don't understand him being upset from the question, but that's a good question that they asked him in the press conference.
So to ask him, why are they playing?
He basically asked him, what do you think about the critics of saying they're criticizing you for playing him at point guard? I don't see anything wrong with the question.
And so for him, he took the critics as a negative connotation, and I'm addressing the critics. And you know what I'm saying? And that's I think that's fine. You can address the critics singular, to say, hey, I'm talking to the critics, y'all, the ones that got something to say, and y'all don't see what I'm doing. So yeah, I can address y'all for what it is. And he said, I don't give a F what y'all talking about.
And coaches are criticized all the time. Yeah. Michael Jordan was moved to point guard for a set of games, like
10. That was a 10 stretch series of games.
Right. And then he averaged like 8 assists a game during that time. And I think that what Jason Kidd is doing is putting Cooper Flag through a developmental year to say, all right, look, this is positionless basketball we now play. You got to be able to do all things, and we have no chance at winning this year. So why don't you go out here and develop your craft all the way around? That's going to make him a better player. And if you see what's happening, Cooper Flag was averaging about 16 to 17 points early in the year. This man is becoming a scoring machine as he's gotten more comfortable with handling the ball. So Jason Kidd very well could be right about his approach, and he's just ahead of the curve on what he's trying to do in the development of Cooper Flag. But we don't believe in development no more. We think everybody's supposed to come ready-made, ready to score, or beat a man or whatever. And it takes some time to develop that. And I think Jason Kidd just saw a pathway to develop Cooper Flag in an accelerated pace by putting the ball in his hand, making him the focal point on every possession instead of him having to wait to get the ball from somebody that's doing something and the plays ran. No, you make all the decisions because it's going to benefit you later on in your career.
Yep.
Paul said handling NBA ball pressure can help Flag in the long term. Donald said goes back to media being asked you anything and Kidd can't shut up. I don't want to talk to you. I really don't like the player and the coaches have to talk to the media. Paul said Kidd was hot at the office, officiated too. He has not reacted that way in another setting. Chris said great take, Mike. Eagles Philly said that Cavalier Sacramento trade. Do y'all think the Cavaliers took a step back? And we'll get to that momentarily. But in this situation right here, I wasn't really upset about Jason Kidd. If you believe in what you believe, then you play him at the point guard position. I don't like the fact that these guys have a job to do as well. Their job is the media, and we can't get mad at them because they ask the question. You got to be prepared for the most outlandish fucking questions that you ever going to hear in your life. That's what the media does. We know everybody's looking for that soundbite. Everybody's looking for that next opportunity so they can be the next Stephen A. Smith. That's just how it goes. So to get mad at this guy for asking you I'm with a legitimate fucking question. He asked you a legitimate fucking question. And you going on talking about you didn't play at my level, even if he's just talking to that one particular person. Just imagine if nobody watched sports no more. Would y'all even have a fucking job? if everybody said, you know what, we're not going to watch sports ever again, we're never going to commentate on sports ever again, everybody will be having a job where we work at. So what I'm saying is we got to stop saying particular things because we don't like what's said out of these people's mouth. I don't like what's said out of people's mouth, but I still got to, it's a job. These guys literally are hired by a beat writing firm to get the best soundbite they possibly can get. And you know that. And you know you know when you're losing, you're going to be irritated. So guess what? You got to be coached well. Where's his handlers, even Jason Kidd, to have people that speak with him? And I agree with Donald. Why are you talking to me as soon as I lost? Why did you put a mic in my face and I just fucking lost? Like, so my thing is, but you know that is going to happen. Yeah. So my thing is to sit up here, and I understood what they were upset about on ESPN because it was a female on the panel. Of course, she didn't play in the NBA. That doesn't mean that Doris Burch don't know the NBA. I think she's a fabulous fucking commentator. I think she knows a lot about sports. I never played at the highest level, but I feel like I can compete with anybody on the planet. That does just because I didn't play at the highest level, I ain't a Hall of Famer in the football or basketball. We can't keep doing that because we're mad about what somebody asks you. And that's
I agree with you, Jody, in this regard. I hate most of the things that you say, but I tolerate the shit every day. And so I get where you have to give other people their space to say the most ridiculous shit on all God's green earth. However, I wish the coaches could do this, and I think you'll appreciate this because you love to cuss. Why can't coaches just answer questions how they want to? This would make my life so much better. I would tune in for the press conferences if coaches could and players could just do this. Hey, man, that was a dumbass fucking question. You stupid motherfucker.
Well, now, they get those sometimes.
No. I'm talking about the same way that the game is over with and they're asked questions in an emotional state of being, and we expect them to have these all politically. No, I want the raw shit. I would love to be like, motherfucker, you know I fucked your bitch the other week and you asking me this dumb shit on TV. Like, that would make the shit way better because there's a lot of personal stuff that goes on behind these beat writers and these coaches and stuff like that that people don't take into account and that they don't know about. And coaches are expected, like politicians, to get up there and say politically correct.
Politicians don't do that anymore.
That's what I'm saying. We always said, I had this conversation earlier today. We always said we wanted a president that just said what the fuck they wanted to say. We didn't want a politician. We didn't want somebody who always, and now we got the ultimate asshole that doesn't hold back at no point in time. And it's beautiful because everything's beautiful.
This is funny coming for a person that speaks like a politician every day on the show. This is coming from this guy. This guy doesn't answer not one fucking question directly. You dancer and you gonna say that you want somebody to say what they post. We want you to say what you're supposed to fucking say and move the fuck on.
You see why I hate the shit that he says? You see why
you the most you give more politically correct fucking answers and never answer the goddamn question. But I digress. Let's keep it moving. When we got NBA action right here. Ray Moore and this Barbara Lynch. We got the Magic at 25-22 against the Spurs, 32-16. Spurs have been playing some subpar basketball the last few games. Who you got in this matchup?
I still got the Spurs. I think them playing at home is really a benefit, even though the Magic have been playing some really solid basketball as of late. But I'm taking the Spurs.
Real quick, King Mink said, I like Mike take on his love for his stepson, Sam Darnold, but I got a love for him. And then King Mink said, hey, fellas, what's good? Good question for y'all. And my brother asked, rather have SGA or Anthony Edwards? We don't even have no time for that question. Hey, what's up, Light Bright? You should not be laughing that damn hard, Ashley, in the building. Paul said, laughing my ass off. Jody was waiting in the bushes for that one.
Definitely was.
So who you got, man? The Magic or the Spurs, man?
Last time I checked, the Spurs were stuck in Charlotte because of the weather. So I don't know if they made it out. They were talking about changing the time of this game because they're stuck in the weather. I think they're flying to Orlando. Yeah. So I'm gonna go Magic I don't know if the Spurs are sleeping on the plane. They got to be tired. So I'm gonna go Magic in this game.
Okay, Mike, who you got in this matchup right?
Well, the Spurs, I believe, lost to the Hornets yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And so I don't see them losing 2 games in a row. I think they shake off whatever the doldrums are. Are they still bringing Wemby off the bench?
No, he starts now.
Okay, he's back in the starting lineup.
Yeah.
And I think he cut his hair. Looking like Tim Duncan 2.0.
The Willow's Peak.
Yeah. And so I see them getting off the snot. I don't see them losing 2 games in a row. Spurs win today.
Okay. Ray, you already picked this game, so it's on me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I got the Spurs, of course. I mean,
whoa. Wow.
I don't know where. I don't know where or why I will pick the Spurs in this one. I have no idea. But I got the Spurs winning this game, of course, man. Let's move on. Solo on Sports, you got the Bulls who are fighting to get 500. We got the Heat right there. They probably looking for a trade to get them over the hump. Who you like in this matchup right here?
I'm gonna go Miami Heat. I'm gonna go the Heatos in this game.
Mike, who you got in this one?
I think that the Heat should acquire Asia Wilson and allow Bam and Asia to be the first husband and wife duo in the NBA and chase a title. So I'm going with the Heat.
Okay. Ray, more on this Barber-Lens. Who you got between the Bulls and the Heat in this matchup?
I'm going Miami Heat. You know what it is. We out here, Miami all day, every day. You know, sunny. You know, sunny skies. You know, bikinis. You know,
it's cold in Miami today, I think.
Might be, but you know what it is normally.
Donald
I'm going Miami.
Donald said the Hornets on the 6-game winning streak, they actually been playing well.
Yeah,
I hate the way that the Magic play Spurs all day. Asia said she going with the Heat, and Ashley said she going with the Heat. And then Asia said, I agree with Mike, they need Asia. Pause. Donald said, hopefully the Heat win. You see those boys in college and Bulls want to win, want to be winning games. Shaking my head, he want them to lose. In this game, I'm gonna go with the home stadium. I think Miami win this game. They're at home, but I think Miami is about to make a big splash and make a trade. I don't think they're satisfied with where they're at. So I don't know who coming to the South Beach, but it will be somebody very soon. Now, where is Jay Kane at when you fucking need him? Soul on Sports, you got the Lakers. 29-18 going against the Knicks at 30-18. Cat is on the market. Pause. Little Salt Cat on the market. But no, they looking to move. I think he may get moved by the trade deadline. He is leading the NBA in rebounds, though. Who you got in this matchup right here?
I would say selling cats is the oldest profession. Am I right, fellas? Selling cat has been on the market forever.
It's the best stock.
It fluctuates, you know. Sometimes it's on sale, sometimes it's high price, but cats always for sale. But all that being said, I'm gonna go I'm gonna go LeBron and have an epic game at MSG today. I think this possibly could be his last game played at Madison Square Garden, and he's gonna try to put up 40+ points today. So I'm gonna go Lakers.
Jay Kane in the building said he got the Hornets beating the Heat. It's the Bulls playing the Heat. And then he said the Knicks win today, of course. Oh, surprise, surprise. He picked the Knicks. Michael, the people saying, who you got, Lakers or Knicks?
Well, I'm going to ride with Jay Kane, being I was the only one who honored the bet to wear the Knicks paraphernalia. And so
this nigga do not listen, man.
I stand in alignment with the chef. I think LeBron, like Soul said, is going to go for 40 points just because he wants to show the world that he's capable of scoring 40 points, even though they lose by 25 points with the Knicks, so he can get another personal achievement award and tell us why it's so hard to play 50 games a season, because that's all he actually plays over the last 5 seasons, which diminishes the 20-some odd years that he loves to claim, when he's actually only played 20 seasons if you take away all of the seasons in season that he takes off. But
all them playoff runs, those got to add up for something, Mike. Come on now.
Hey, brother, when you're on the clock for 40 hours in a week and you only work 25 or 30, You don't get paid for those extra hours unless you're LeBron James.
No doubt. Ashley said she got the Lakers. Young Chris said Bron is MSG is always climactic, and he's going to have 20 a triple double. He said, continue. The Lakers will flex their muscle with Drew Timms having a great game. Drew Timms, the old Gonzaga player, Drew Timms. Jay Kane said Brunson cussed them boys out, and the Knicks have been on a winning streak. Eagles Philly said, let's go Lakers. I can't stand nothing about New York, including the sports teams. JK said Braun won't get 40. Luka make sure of that. And then Donald said the Lakers put Marcus Smart and Vanderbilt in the game at the time. They should never win a game. And this matchup right here, Ray, who you got, Lakers or Knicks?
I'm going Knicks. I'm going Knicks. I ain't gonna make no big old talk about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Knicks at home. I think the Lakers. I don't even know how the Lakers got 29 wins on the season. Like, it doesn't look like they're a well constructed team. When you look up, they still are third or fourth in the West, or fifth in the West, and they're going to make the playoffs. I don't know, but the Knicks, they got to get it going. I think they move Cat. I really do. I believe they move Cat before the trade deadline. Michael, the people saying we got the Clippers on when Kawhi Leonard plays, they're a better team. And they're playing the Suns, so I told y'all it was going to be better by subtraction. I told y'all that. And who you got in this game?
Addition by subtraction sometimes is the best way to go. The Suns beat up on Cleveland last night, I believe. And so I think they continue that today. Jody, I had a question for you, and maybe we can address this actually before the end of the show, is where the hell do you think Cat is going to get traded to? We all kind of feel he's going to get traded, but who the hell is the team that's going? What trade is the Knicks going to make?
We can go ahead and address that. We can keep going, but I'll go first, and then we'll go around the horn. I think that he could land in Atlanta. Atlanta has the most pieces and most draft picks that makes it comparable. I think that kid Johnson that y'all got down there, he's not happy. He hasn't been happy since they traded Trae Young. So maybe they can make a deal. He's averaging down there triple doubles last 10 games. The guy's been playing good basketball. Maybe they cut bait with him. I don't know. Maybe put him in a three-team trade to try to get your boy Giannis out of Milwaukee some kind of way. What do you think, so?
I don't think you trade Soft Cat. Soft Cat is hard to come by. So I would keep that Soft Cat on my lineup. I wouldn't get rid of it. I would keep him.
Okay. Ray, what do you think?
I don't know. I don't think he gets traded either. Only way I can see that it happens is if they try to make a trade to get Giannis in some kind of way, and he somehow ends up in a three-way deal with Milwaukee, because the talk has been Milwaukee, Knicks, and Miami. So there might be a three-way trade that they might end up doing that way. He either ends up in Milwaukee or Miami in some kind of way. I don't know. But yeah, I don't think if that doesn't happen, then nothing's going to happen.
Yeah, that's why I said a three-team trade just for this. What do you think, Mike?
Well, I love a three-way, so whatever which way they can get three and to work out for some Cat would be absolutely fantastic.
Mike, so when you got a three-way, how you spread out those 7 strokes? You get
buddy,
3.5 per one. How we doing these 7 strokes?
I'm so glad you asked, because this is like a Mike Tyson heavyweight bout.
Okay, all right.
And over with.
Oh,
Everybody goes to sleep, and then we have another round.
All right, Ray, who you got in this game between the Clippers and Suns?
Oh man.
So basically, it's like the 707 tournament, and so you get to 707, get your quick 21 points, and then you go on to the next. Okay, I'm with it. Hey, as long as you got a system.
Hey Ray, let me tell you something. At 50-something years old, I ain't got time for all that shit no more. I remember being in my 20s and shit, and thinking I was doing something, and all this time and shit. Hey man, Motherfucker gotta go to work tomorrow, goddammit. What are you talking about?
We got, anyway, I no Devin Booker, man. I don't think they beat the Clippers, especially with Kawhi actually in the lineup. Zubac's have been playing pretty solid. I think the Clippers go ahead and knock the Suns off at home.
Why did Asia say 3.5 each? So Donald said the Clippers. Shut up, Ashley. And Jay Kane said that's not a sports question. So who you got?
So sex, it is a sport. I mean, it can be very active. Get your cardio up. Anyway, if Devin Booker's not playing, I'm gonna go Clippers as well. But Jody's right. He did say Phoenix was gonna be really good this year, and I laughed at him. But they got a really good record, so you're right about that one. But they get everyone back healthy, and they might be a team that might be looking to trade to get themselves move up even higher in the Western Conference. But I'm gonna go Clippers if no Devin Booker's playing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Clippers too because I do think he's out for a couple. I think he may be out to All-Star, so he may be out a couple more weeks. So I do like. I told you if Leonard's in the lineup, Leonard's the MVP candidate. If Kawhi Leonard's in the lineup for the Clippers, when he's in the lineup, they're one of the best teams in the league. When he's not in the lineup, they're one of the worst teams. I mean, it's easy as pie. I like the Clippers in this game in this one. Rayborn, just Barbara Lindsay. We got the Cleveland Cavaliers at 29-21 versus the Portland Trailblazers. Trailblazers been playing good basketball lately.
I think Cavs lost last night. I think they're on their West Coast tour. I don't think they lose back to back. I think Cleveland goes ahead and gets the dub, especially if Coco Jones is in attendance. Donovan Mitchell, he plays different when his woman is there.
She need to travel with her. So who you got? The Cavs or the Trailblazers?
I'm gonna go Trailblazers. I like the way they've been playing. They got no one really watches the Trailblazers very much, but they do. I watched a few of their games. They got some good young players on that roster. Even though, what the hell's Chauncey Billups at? I guess he's still not coaching there. But I'm gonna go Trailblazers to win that game.
No doubt. Mike, who you got in this matchup between the Cavaliers and the Trailblazers?
Well, now that the Cavs have recognized that that this is Donovan Mitchell's town now, I really like them a whole lot more. I think the young kid Tyson was on to something. So I'm going to take the Cavs in their new iteration of themselves, not looking at the past, but looking toward the future.
Did they just cut that kid?
I think they sent him to the G League, I think.
Yeah, I think he made the statement, and they said, oh, hell no, get the fuck out of here.
You know why? Because the truth hurts.
That's not the truth, Mike.
Who's that, Jody? Who y'all talking about?
That kid that he said that Donovan Mitchell is his town, not LeBron's town anymore, and he's the brother of Jordan Tyson. That's the wide receiver that's about to go to the NFL from Arizona State. So he had a big game, and then all of a sudden he's in the G League. That's crazy work. Donald said he's going with the Clippers. He said that King Ming said I had three-way with 3 stoppers. Got all of them pregnant. He mentioned strippers and got all of them pregnant. It's hard keeping kids at night while their mamas are at work. Yo, how you get all 3? Did you not know? Oh, I can't say that on daytime TV. Light Bright says she got the Cavaliers. In this game, I got the Cavaliers. I think that the Cavs need to go on a run. They don't have what's their power forward? Mobley. Mobley is not in the lineup. He's out until after the All-Star break. I think that hurts their chances. But I think that Donovan Mitchell is about to put on an exhibition of scoring and watch his scoring average go over about 35 points a game until the All-Star break until they get him back. So I like the Cavs on the road. The game of the night, Solon Sports. This is the game of the day. The Thunder, 38-11, going against the Denver Nuggets, 33-16. They do got the Joker is back. Who you got in this matchup?
The Joker's healthy. The Thunder been shaky of late. I'm going to go ahead and say right now, the Thunder are not going to be the number 1 seed at the end of the regular season. I think someone's going to catch them, whether that be the Spurs, the Nuggets. One of those teams are going to catch them, and they'll end up dropping down to 2 or 3 seed. But Joker's back. He looked great his first game. I'm going to go the Nuggets to keep this thing going.
Okay. Mike, who you like in this matchup, the game of the day?
Now that the Joker's back, obviously it makes it way more interesting. But I still think the Thunder are the best team in the league, and these are the games that they, try to rise to the occasion. The only team that they really can't beat is your Spurs. I don't know what that's all about. That team gives them the most problems. But I think that they try to send a message to Denver that the Spurs might be our problem, but you ain't my problem.
Didn't they beat them last year, Mike?
7 games, I think. Went 7 games, didn't it?
So they did beat them. So I think the Joker ran out of gas in that series too.
Yeah.
Ray, who you got in this game of the day? Thunder, Nuggets.
This game is gonna be kind of interesting. There's a lot of pieces that's out when I'm looking up how this game is gonna flow. I think to me, OKC has more of a deeper bench than Denver. Denver is just now bringing Jokic back. He's been out for what, 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks. This is a tough game to come back on, but they definitely need him. Aaron Gordon isn't playing. Cam Johnson isn't playing. Murray might play. He has a hip issue. So if I'm looking at from that perspective, I'm going with OKC. I think they'll be able to do more with what they got. They can do more with less. Denver needs all heads on deck.
Okay. King Mink said it was a good night for me. I bet you that was. I mean, we'll talk about that offline. Donald said I got the Nuggets winning tonight. No Jalen Williams. So I'm going to go with the Nuggets. I just think that Murray is finally going to get a nod to make the All-Star team. I mean, I think he carried that ball club, and I believe they had a very good record with the Joker out of the lineup. I think it's going to – we know that Jamal Murray has been deserving of an All-Star appearance. This will be his first of his career, I do believe. Joker coming back, I don't think he misses a beat because he's not one of those uber athletic players, so it ain't like he got to get back in game shape. He's never in any type of shape, unless you call circle or shape. But I think he comes back and he's not. I think he comes back and have his usual triple-double type of performance. And I think they beat the OKC Thunder at home. But I think OKC Thunder, if it was on the road, if they were at home, I think they would win. I think home court advantage in this series always seem to matter. So I think the Nuggets win at home. And I'm almost in agree with you. So I think somebody catches the Thunder. I never thought I would have said that at the beginning of the season. But now, and I'm going to say this, I think they're going to move some of them pieces on the bench before the trade deadline. Guys like Isaiah Joe or Wiggins, some of those guys, they just got too much talent sitting on the bench. I think they make moves and they start to get more draft capital and go into 30 and 31 because they got so many people draft picks. I think they continue to do so they can be the team of the millennium. That's who the OKC Thunder has the potential to be the team of the millennium if they keep going with what they're doing. So I got the Denver Nuggets to win this game and the game of the day. But that's for the guys that play in the NBA. We got some college guys, some tip-offs is about to happen. Matter of fact, this game right here, Soul on Sports, is about to tip off at 1 o'clock. We got the Purdue Boilermakers have dropped 3 games in a row. The Boilermakers have dropped 3 games in a row to some subpar competition. But guess who called the Maryland Terrapins, who is not a very good team? This might be all the medicine they need. Who you got in this matchup? Boilermakers on the road against the Terrapins.
Oh, Boilermakers, definitely.
Mike, the people said, who you got in this matchup?
Well, first I want to give you kudos because you always say nobody likes what you say or nobody believes.
No, you say you don't like what I say.
Blah, blah. But you did correctly pick UCF winning yesterday over.
No, I didn't. That wasn't me.
That was me.
Oh, well then never mind. Who did you pick for an upset yesterday, though? You picked.
I did pick an upset, but I can't remember who it was. But I got
because I thought that was you. I thought you were going against the grain with your pick on that. So
no, I think
I
know it was an upset. It was a major upset that I did.
Yeah, you live rent free in my head since that game ended. Me thinking that you had picked that game and it was Soul all.
No, it was Soul picked up.
I told you I'm 30%, baby.
But as far as Maryland goes,
30%.
Yeah, that's a whole nother story, Ray. I'm giving you 7 minutes and Soul at 7 pumps.
Yeah, he only working at 30%.
And Soul is operating at a 30 percentile efficiency. So You see
Gets me
where
into
the
the Hall
old
of Fame,
heads are
baby.
on this show. But yeah, I'm taking Purdue. Maryland, ever since they left the ACC, they've just been a stepchild in every sport, and they'll continue to be that until they get back to the ACC.
Okay. Donald said, what do y'all think about Darren Peterson literally showing up, playing half the game, and he showing he's the best player and going and sitting down for the rest of the game? We'll talk about that in a minute. I was going to get to that one. That was crazy. He said, hey, I'm the best. I'm going to fucking sat down the last 17 minutes of that fucking game.
And Joe, you picked Kentucky to beat Arkansas. That was
yeah, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah,
that's
Kentucky did win too.
Yeah, they did. I watched, and they was about to fight at the end of that game too.
Yeah.
Ray, who do you got this matchup? Number 12 Purdue against Maryland.
Purdue, they gonna go in Maryland, stomp the brakes off of them. They rally back.
And I'm gonna go with Purdue, but 3 games and they lost to some subpar competition. They did lose a tough one on the road when they went out west to UCLA, but I think UCLA is playing a lot better basketball. Donovan Dent is a guy that we need to pay attention to for UCLA. But anyway, Purdue does bounce back. But Purdue is, you know what Purdue reminds me of, guys? They remind me of the Gonzaga of the Midwest. They not as athletic as they should be. But nevertheless, I like Purdue in this matchup to bounce back from a 3-game losing streak. And they down there might not even be ranked after this week. And if they do, they're going to be very lowly ranked because they lost all these games this week. But now this is a ranked matchup right here. Michael the People said we got number 23 Alabama going against number 19 Florida. Florida just got stumped out by Texas A&M. They got stumped the fuck out against Texas A&M. Texas A&M is, guess what, guys? Texas A&M is 8-1 in the SEC, guys. Yeah, basketball. Who you got in this matchup?
Well, you know that I hate Alabama's coach. I think he's the jerk of the century. And Florida just lost. So I don't think that they're going to lose at home today against Nate Oates. Even though I will say this, I do like their style of play. Jacking up threes at every possible moment is exciting to watch in this new era, being that there's no post game anymore. So, Jody Coleman, what was that?
What?
I saw what you just did.
Now you said that jacking off threes all day.
Good Lord,
Man.
this is a family show.
Yeah,
Yo.
it's for the family.
Hey, Ray, eggnog on your face.
I love you.
Well, then let me go ahead and finish this and say that Florida's going to win.
Hey, Ray, who you got? This is a ranked matchup. Number 23 Alabama, number 19 Florida. Who you got this?
I like Florida, man. I think Florida, they play some gritty basketball. They know how to get it done. Even though those 6 losses that they do have on the season, I think they still are able to go ahead and knock off Alabama Crimson Tide team. So I'm gonna go with Florida in this one.
Okay. So
and they're playing at home.
I'm gonna go Florida Gators as well.
I'm gonna go Alabama because I think Alabama needs this victory way more than Florida. And we're gonna leave Five Jr. This guy's gonna have to show up and have another 30-point game. I'm thinking it's going to be some teams in the SEC that's not going to quite make it into the tournament like last year. They had the best conference last year. Now the Big 12 is the best conference, and there's going to be a lot of teams going to look back and look at a game like this and find out why they didn't get in. It's going to be games like this, whether it's Florida or Alabama. But I like Alabama on the road. They need a quad 1 win anyway, so that'd be good for them. Ray Moore, this Barbalins. We got number 8 Iowa State. 19-2, but they're going against Kansas State in Manhattan. Who you liking this one?
I'm gonna go Iowa State, even though every time I pick Iowa State for any sports, they lose. But yeah, I'm still gonna go Iowa State in this one. I think they go ahead and knock off K-State.
Okay. So who you got?
Iowa State.
Iowa State. Okay. And Mike, who you got?
Ray, I think you took Iowa State in the Pop-Tarts Bowl in 2024 against Miami and 2024, and you came out the victor. So don't turn your back on Iowa State now. But I am going to roll with the Cyclones. I don't see nothing about Kansas State other than the game is in Manhattan that leads me to believe that they would win this game today.
Is Beasley walking through the door? Is Michael Beasley walking through the door? Or Mitch Richmond? No, but
Well,
they
they
do have
probably
a kid.
reclassified.
They do
I
have a
know, right?
kid. Jared Johnson here from the Dayton area, man. He transferred, I believe, at Kent State. Now he's over at Kansas State, so we will be rooting for him. But other than that, nah. Iowa State, Joshua Jefferson. They got a kid over there to shoot the lights out the ball. He's one of those Marinovich, I believe it's something like that. I can't pronounce his name, but this guy's one of the best sharpshooters in the country. And they got Torrey, the rookie sensation from Paris. Iowa State, I don't know, man. I really don't know about Iowa State, man, because can they win a national championship? I don't know if they constructed to do so, but they will at least be in competition in the Big 12. Big 12 is totally loaded with great teams and great players. I like Iowa State to win this game, and it won't even be close. But we got the game of the day. Solo on Sports, we got the game of the day in college basketball. We got number 9, Illinois, being led by Keaton Wagler, the sensational rookie, had a 46-point game against Purdue. They go against number 5, Nebraska, led by Fred Hoiberg, Iowa State, pride of Iowa State Cyclones in the Chicago Bulls. Who you got in this matchup?
You guys ever been to Nebraska?
No.
Yes.
I've been there a few times. Ooh, it's nothing to see. I'm gonna go to Nebraska. They're playing at home, and they're 21. They just got their first loss. I think their last game they played.
Lost
I think
to Michigan. They lost to Michigan.
That was a good game. I'm gonna go to Nebraska to get back on track and win today.
Well, what I will say in defense of Nebraska, 3 of their starters was out of that lineup when they lost to Michigan. So it wasn't like they just got – and they were up, and they only lost by 3. So it's crazy. Michael, the people say, who you liking this one? Number 9, Illinois goes into Nebraska. Who wins this game?
Well, I like the fight in Hoibergs. I like him as a coach, and that's pretty much where I'm going to hang my hat. I know we talked about Illinois yesterday, and I hadn't had a real good chance to look at them, so I'm excited to be able to try to check them out today and get a feel for what they're really working with.
I'm so excited.
And so that's throwback. That's throwback to the motherfucker right there. But,
sorry, Mike.
Yeah, it made me think of leg warmers and body suits all at once. And but yeah, I'm gonna go with Nebraska. And I've been to Nebraska more than once. I got a cousin that was born in Nebraska. So you talking about in the middle of nowhere, Omaha, Nebraska is witness protection territory.
Yeah, so
That's
I had a lady friend that actually worked at Nebraska in their some department she worked at years ago. So I never was gonna make that visit though. I'm gonna tell you that shit. Ray, Mortis Barbalenza, who you liking this one? Number 9, Illinois, number 5, Nebraska.
I got Illinois on the upset, man. I don't know if it's much of an upset, but I mean, I'm pretty sure that Nebraska being at home, being 20-1, is favorable to win in this game, but not by a whole lot. But I got Illinois winning this game. I like what Keaton Wagler has been able to do this year. So yeah, I'm going Illinois for the upset.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Nebraska. I think they will be all hands on deck. I think they play very complimentary basketball. They're a team that can't rely on athleticism at all. I think we're caught in the matrix because they're similar to what the Indiana Hoosiers have done in basketball. Nobody thought in a million years that Nebraska would be 20-1. And I'm gonna throw a stat out there. Nebraska is the only Power 5 conference without a tournament victory in history. Nebraska has 0 victories in the NCAA tournament. So I think that ends this year. I think they get a couple wins. I think they become a number 2 or 3 seed in the tournament. And I like Nebraska to beat Illinois. Illinois is tight. And they got Pedro Sarakovic's son over there as well. They got some guy. They got another freshman over there can Romanovich or whatever. He can shoot the ball too. But and Nebraska they got Hoiberg's son playing the point. That's crazy work. They got his son, so he got the coach's son playing the point guard position, man. But I like Nebraska. They play as a team, and Mass will be back. Their leader of that team, Mass, will be back in this game, and he's a bruiser down low. So I like Nebraska in this matchup. But before we get out of here, guys, I got one more question. I'm not going to post the question down there. It was a question that was posed by Donald. I'm going to go with you, Soul, go around the horn. Darren Peterson played, I think, a total. He was right at 20 minutes, like we always said. Then all of a sudden, he was cramping. Kansas was able to win this game, but he went against the other person that was potentially known to be, or a lot of people projected. I projected him to be the number one pick. Off and on depends on what performances. AJ Dubansky. He goes out there and he outplays Dubansky, and he plays 14 less minutes than Dubansky. Got the hellified dunk, Peterson. What did you think about him just taking himself out the game and quote unquote cramp? How do you cramp every game? And you didn't even play last game. Talk to me.
What's the backstory from this kid doing? Does he have an injury? Why is he doing this? Because it seems like every game he plays, he never plays a lot of minutes. I mean, that's gotta hurt his draft status. The talent is there, but from an organization, I'm thinking you making some NIL money. What are you gonna do if you start making real money? It's guaranteed. Are you gonna show up every single day, or are you gonna be like Joel Embiid and check yourself out the games and things of that nature? I don't know if I can trust him right now. The talent is there though, but I don't know if I can trust him.
That's what King Mink said. Jody said Peterson wasn't going to play the whole game.
You did say that.
I knew that motherfucker was not going to play that whole goddamn game. Actually, he hasn't played a whole game this season. I think what
do the teammates think when they look at him? Or, when the BYU was making a run, they're looking like, hey, nigga, you going to help us? What's going on there?
Now, he did play down there the whole game against TCU, but he did not play in overtime, but he hit those 3 free throws and put it into overtime. Donald said it's not even a secret. He had to play 20 minutes for money they pay him. Crazy work.
Wow.
Michael, the people said, what do you think about that, man? He showed he's the best player in America, but in a limited amount of minutes, if you were drafting, would you take this guy number one, knowing that he, I guess, quote unquote, standing on business and only playing 20 minutes?
Well, the first thing I'd have to do is get a gender test to see if this is a male or a female genetically. I don't know of any males that have menstrual cycles and has cramping as regularly as this individual does. So I don't know if he should be sponsored by Tampax or whatever it is.
Might should do like her Spiden.
That this individual has going on. So that's the first thing I do. I got to do a gender check to find out what exactly I'm working with here. And that alone will cause me as a general manager to go into my Mike Singletary voice. I can't win with him. I can't do it. Won't do it. Can't do it. And that's not a direction I'm going in when I'm looking at other guys. Dubansky didn't have a great game yesterday, but he played all the most minutes he probably could physically play. I didn't watch Boozer, do what he does in whatever way he does it at that institution that he's at. Then I watched Caleb Wilson play a dynamic set of minutes there. And so I want guys that can play. I want guys that want to play. I want guys that are capable of playing. And I'm just not for this new wave a generation of how they're going about things. And I wouldn't do it. In fact, I'll put it to you this way. You know me. I won't watch Kansas play another fucking game all season long. And because I was so fucking mad. Not that the BYU was coming back. I wish they had came back and won so that this shit wouldn't be acceptable, because it's not acceptable, bruh.
Okay. Ray, what do you think about Peterson? He showed he was the best player on the court in the first half with one of the most explosive dunks of the season. But what does this mean? What does this mean for him?
It means that he's getting away with shit that people like Donald want him to get away with. This is the stuff that we've been talking about all season. This is the bullshit. And I'm with Mike. I wish they would have lost. I really do, but I knew he went in there. They was up by 20 going into the half. And at that point, it was kind of like, all right, I know they're gonna make a run. BYU will make a run, but I think the damage is done. I think they go up, you know, and the coach is cool with it. We talked about this before. The coach is cool with it. They getting away with it. My thing is this: before I could understand, before the NIL, you know, hey, I'm only obligated to play this amount. I'm just here so I can make it to the league. Cool. But now with the NIL here, you can get more. You can get more money in your playing in college than you will on your rookie campaign. So I don't see what the issue is, but nevertheless, I think he don't really care. He don't even care if this team make it in the playoffs or whatever the hell's going on with him. He care less. He just like, hey, just get me to June, and so I can get drafted. And that's where he at with it. So I just don't get it.
Hey, Ray, did you see how hard those other guys for Kansas were playing? That number 14 that looks like
Council.
The new alien out there. They play so hard and they're playing. And then you got this motherfucker sitting on the bench rubbing his legs and just, man, I could, if I was on it, man, I'd punch that motherfucker square in his face.
This is crazy work. King Ming said Jody, Ray, Mike, so Donald, this has been good on Facebook, but after the day, we're gonna be doing Zoom meetings on Tubi and TV. Donald said he is saying that he don't care about college at all. This is the thing that just gets his money and gets to the NBA. Craziest thing about this is after the game, he worked out with the Morris twins, a full workout, working on his game by himself with pros rather than playing with his team in the second fucking half. Now, listen, if that is fucking true, which it probably is, this is my stance on him. Like I said, I wouldn't even play his ass to the second half. If I got to do this 20 minutes, he wouldn't play to the second half. This motherfucker sat out a game that could have put squarely. Let's keep it real. Kansas is squarely on the bubble, even though they're ranked. They're on the bubble. Like, let's be real. It's a lot of good teams in other conferences. They need this victory like nobody's business, and you're going to do your teammates like that. That's why I put up a post about my top 10 guys that's in the draft, and I put him at 3, and somebody said that was an insane take. Why is it insane? I don't fucking trust you. I don't fucking trust you. You are right now guaranteed your NIL money. You're guaranteed. So why not go out there and play? Regardless, I'm pretty sure you got insurance policies in place. If you do sustain an injury, we know that they got those $1 million insurance policies. I don't like that. And when I put him at 3, it's off of sure talent. But somebody said I was insane. I still think the Banzi is more of a pro prospect at number 1. And I still like Caleb Wilson at 1 or 2 as well. And those are the 2 people that I had in front of him. It's because of shit like this. And this is where what he's trying to do right now is he's trying to force the NCAA's hand to allow players to go straight to the pros again. Because let's be real, Peterson is an NBA player. Right now, he will be showing his ass in the NBA. I think he will be, as long as he didn't have cramps. But I don't think he necessarily, and I'm not going to say this man had cramps or not. Mike, I'm with you on that one. And so talking about he's spotting. Listen, I get all that. But what I'm saying is this guy cannot continue to do this shit to your players that's trying to get to where he's already going. We already know he's going pro. What about Council? Council playing, like Mike is right, Council playing his fucking heart out. Trey White, this is his 4th school in 4 years, so evidently he's trying to get to the next level. The big kid, number 40, is playing good basketball, and you keep taking this guy in and out. And we know that the guy scored, so he scored 18 points with 8 shots. The motherfucker can score like he scores like nobody's on the court with him. So, listen, man, I'm with you guys. I never went disagree with y'all guys, but I would flip the script on his ass. Motherfucker, you playing the last 20 minutes of the game. If that's all you're going to play is the second half, because that's going to give me a better chance to win this game than you playing in the first half. And we got to fucking try to keep everything together just to sustain the lead that we accomplished with you in the lineup.
Yeah, but what do you do in the conference? Let's say you got a tournament game, and you got the last couple minutes of the game. You need this guy to get a bucket. Nah, coach, I already maxed out on my minutes. I can't play no more. I mean, what are we doing here?
Hey, he got those cricket minutes from back in the day, you know. Hey, call me after 9 p.m., nigga. When my anytime
Of
missions kick
out
in.
of daytime minutes. I am out of daytime minutes.
Hey, low key, he should be doing the Leon commercials. If y'all remember when the Leon would be on the, Leon don't play more than 20 minutes.
Hey,
Hey, Leon, there's no I in team. Ain't no we either. You
I
know.
I treat that nigga like Vinny the microwave fucking Johnson. I will put that nigga in spots. Like if I know, listen, once we start losing, I'll put that motherfucker in the game. We get the lead back. I'll sit your punk ass back on the bench because this is bullshit. Because y'all allowing this behavior, y'all letting this young man dictate what all the college basketball gonna do. So it's a guy right now that's a sophomore in high school that's probably the best player in the country. Like I'm doing what this motherfucker doing. He getting away with it.
He needs a sponsorship from Midol, and that might help him out with his cramping. But Jody, if you're telling me I'm an NBA executive, and we have listed we've gone through this all season, college kind of preseason, naming all these guys that we truly think are going to change the face of the NBA for American players, as we've criticized the AAU circuit and all of that. But this particular class is loaded. And so you telling me you're going to take this guy over Peak, over the other kid on Arizona's team, over the kid down there at Arkansas,
Houston.
Yeah.
There's no, and I ain't even talking about I'm not even talking about Wilson and DeBansa and Boozer. I mean, there is no way how can you build a franchise around a guy that's going to show you that at the least bit of discomfort, he is going. So if you're Portland, how do you take this guy and say that he could only play 20 minutes in college and now he's going to play 35, 40 minutes in the NBA? No.
Hold on real quick. Donald, he said, I told y'all discipline is overrated and only matters when you are good at it. You're not that good. Now you just better make sure you stay that good or fall in line. Listen like everybody else who is not that good. Because this ain't gonna happen if you was the 3-star. This ain't fucking flying if you're the 50th player being selected. But Jay Kane made a good point. He said that Shaden Sharp didn't play at Kentucky. He was recruited there. He said he still got drafted and playing well in the NBA. He said at least other players got an opportunity to play because we knew he wasn't going to play at all. So that's a very good point. Because at Kansas, you're taking minutes away from somebody that could possibly, because I'm pretty sure Kansas got a lot of 5-stars. So it's probably
we're talking about Kansas. Yeah,
you're taking playing time away from a guy that's trying to make it to the league. We already know you going to the league. You're basically set in stone for Peterson to go to the league. So why not just move the fuck out the way? And that's why I think that what I'm saying is he's trying to force, and other players are going to try to force the NBA's hand to throw this rule away that you got to be 18 years old or you got to sit. Just let them go back to going pro out of high school.
Why is Bill Self allowing this? Is my question.
I don't think I think his hands are tied, Mike.
He's desperate.
I think that you got to think about it, man. He's on a situation where they haven't won a championship in quite some time. They really haven't I think they won a championship 4 or 5 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, they just beat North Carolina in the championship.
But listen what I'm saying, Mike. It's a what have you done for me lately? You're ready to fire fucking Hubert Davis, and Hubert Davis was in the fucking Final Four. So you ready to fire him? What you think they're gonna do? Like y'all,
but we're North Carolina.
I know Soul should be out here irate because he think if a motherfucker don't win a Super Bowl every year that you need to be fired. So you don't think Bill Self is gonna feel some type of heat at some point if he don't allow this kid to come to the school because it's people with deeper pockets that are telling him to bring Peterson to this university. Mike, come on, man.
Well, I think y'all should fire Ryan Day because y'all damn sure didn't win no championship.
I mean, we won more championships than y'all did.
I like that. I like that. So you see how this is going to reverberate itself all
I'm just saying. Hey, Mike.
It's going to be selected moments.
Mike,
it's like Tourette's. I'm sorry. It just comes out.
Mike, since you've been at the grand age of 40, have you ever seen a championship? Have you ever seen confetti fall since you've been 40?
Man, first of all,
ask the question. Just ask the question.
I'm 53 years old. I've seen confetti fall.
I said
5
from your
times.
team winning the championship, have you seen confetti fall?
Okay, so then I'm gonna ask you this question.
Since I've been 40, I've seen confetti fall.
Okay,
So
this is what I
since you've
want
been
to
40,
ask
have you
you.
seen confetti fall?
This is what I want to ask you.
Yes.
Since you're the sports, since you are the
Ray,
sports
Ray,
historian.
since you've been 40, have you seen confetti fall?
Hey Ray, can I ask this question? And you can chime in on this, and so you can too. I'm the oldest person on this panel, but I think all of you on the planet by night. Well, no, you Ray, you weren't. But even still, in your lifetime, from the time you were born till now, have you seen confetti in Columbus or Miami more?
What?
Yeah, I know. I
What
know
you
that.
talking about?
And we
Are you
ain't had
saying-
no
Are
confetti
you saying
in
Miami
20
have more
some odd
Are
years.
you
But you
saying
seen
Miami
us have
have more
more
championships
confetti
than
than
Ohio
you.
State?
I know
Yes,
that.
Miami has more championships than Ohio State. They have not won a championship in 25 years.
That's what I'm talking about. We have such a head start on y'all. Y'all can catch up. We ain't stressed. But we catch you
but I
from getting
mean,
another one. I
But
know
we
that.
got more overall than y'all. What are you talking about?
No. See, you set the standard of
You just said
age,
we
and
got
I
more than
just
y'all.
wanted to do in
and
your
you
lifetime.
hey, so this is what it was. Jody set the goalpost here, and then you moved it here. And then what Jody just did is he just made it wider. Pause. Let's go,
Yo,
man.
I've heard that before.
How many?
But I'm going deeper. And I'm talking about, I ain't got to talk about yesterday or 3 days ago or nothing like that. I'm talking about currently right now until September gets here. The person who has the most credibility on this show as it pertains to college football is one people's champ who eradicated, who destroyed your chances at repeat. We
The
beat
Buffalo
the previous
Bills.
champions, and so has nothing
won.
else to say because he's not playing for championship.
Because y'all won a national championship this year.
Right.
Is that how you got more
competed for
credibility?
a national championship, and we
Did y'all? So y'all won it.
We beat the defending champs. So in a
Y'all-
certain way, we are the champs.
So y'all won it.
Wow.
I told you. But see, so look,
Mike, you don't believe that
I'm glad
shit.
I'm glad he said that because, like I said before, like I said when it happened a couple of weeks ago. When was that? 2025 when it happened? That was 2025. Yeah. Okay.
No.
So hold on. Oh, shh. Put your glasses back on. No. So you just admitted out your mouth that y'all beating us was y'all championship.
No, what I said was in a certain kind of way. We beat we're the only team that beat the defending champs.
No. Finish your statement because what you said was because I can quote you exactly what you said. But go ahead, continue.
Ric Flair always said,
"No, Mike, we're not doing that today." Well, no, your statement was we beat the national champions. So in a way, we're kind of
in a certain kind of way. But here's the thing, Ray. Here's the thing. This was my whole thing. I know this hurts. The people's champ has the most college football credibility on this show until November or December of next year.
Mike, I wonder how
hilarious.
Buffalo Bills fans think about losing 4. You think they're out here claiming almost championships? Come on, Mike. Come on.
Yeah, because we beat the ones that won it last year.
Let me tell you. This is what I'm saying. This
don't make sense.
And you understand what I'm saying? I said on this show, I didn't say it in the world, I didn't say on this show, primarily because we beat a particular team of destiny, of greatness, of all of these things. We put a kibosh to that shit.
Okay.
So y'all the national champions.
And so on this show,
y'all the national champions?
Until then, I have the most credibility because
we got to end the show because this is fucking blasphemy. Since we started the show, how long we been on the air? Going on 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
How many people on this show can say they won a national championship in anything?
One.
Just you guys. Just the Buckeyes.
And I digress. Anyway, Donald said the
Whoa,
GMs
wait a minute.
don't have
No,
a
that's
choice
not
because
true. The
if they
Lady
don't.
Longhorns won the softball tournament.
yeah.
So,
Can I ask
yes.
questions?
In the face.
In head-to-head
Ohio State
competition,
won in wrestling too. So how about that?
in these 2 years,
Okay.
in head-to-head competition, how many times has Ohio State beat Miami?
0.
Oh my God.
That's
0.
That's all I
that
want to
was
know. They beat
that was the
Texas.
corniest comeback
They
I've ever heard in my
they
fucking
beat
life.
the mothers of the poor down there.
We
in
got
Texas.
a national championship, but y'all
I
worry
get
about winning
that.
the first round playoff game. That don't even equal up. And matter of fact, I would like to ask everybody on the show, since we started being on the show, how many playoff appearances have the Texas Longhorns had? So 2.
We've been there every year. Well,
Every
not this
year.
year we haven't.
And y'all went to the championship game.
No,
too,
they
right?
didn't have a playoff.
No, we didn't go.
appearance
We didn't
this
go to
year.
championship game.
Not this
No,
year.
y'all lost, but y'all did
Went
go
to the
Final
semis.
Four.
Yeah, so just go ahead and close the show, losers.
Loser.
Damn.
Second place
You got a
ass.
championship? Where's the
We
championship?
beat y'all.
That's
We
the funny
kept y'all
part.
from repeating.
Where's the
I know that
championship
we
that
beat
you're
y'all,
speaking
and
of?
y'all cannot undo
Oh
that.
my God,
We beat
This is
y'all.
you
Hey,
sound
this
ridiculous.
dude celebrating mediocrity is
No.
crazy.
I'm celebrating
When we get
beating
because when we
Bernie
get
and Earth.
but Mike,
Bert and
this
Ernie,
this
the
Mike.
two
Nobody cares
mad
about
judges
second place.
on the
When we get to
Muppets.
the
Who I'm
finish line,
celebrating.
Mike, when we get to the finish line, we know how to finish.
Y'all don't.
Well,
Y'all
y'all
had
didn't
every
finish
opportunity
this
to do
year.
so.
Skeet.
Real quick, Donald said the GMs don't have a choice because they don't pick the guys and the players they pick don't become a superstar. He will be fired and not get another job. Coaches and GMs don't have more power than star each guy who's supposed to be hard nosed and hold schools like Wiley only has the rule on others and they stars do what they want to do. Jay Kane said the coach should only use him for 20 minutes. That's what I was saying. Donald said, so I just want you to keep the logic that championship appearances, not wins, matter. Good note of information, Mike. So that's what Donald said.
Well, I would
You
rather
just gave
play
him
for
more
a championship
ammunition.
than not.
You just gave him more ammunition to some of your bad takes. Hey, Ashley said, y'all funny, always great show. Thanks, Light Bright. Mike said, Asia said, Mike Ray really is a lawyer. Arguing with him is pointless and not a win. And then Eagles Philly said the offensive coordinator, but the NFC champion Seattle Seahawks is getting ready to be the new head coach for the Las Vegas Raiders. I just got that breaking news. So they're going to lose their coordinator as soon as this game is over. He's going to go be the head coach of the Vegas Raiders. But I get, but hold on. Guess what, Ray? Guess what? So, because this is Mike's knowledge, that's a home run selection if he's a Super Bowl winning coordinator, or if they win. If they don't win, he's taking his team to the Super Bowl. So that's great. Isn't that great? That's a great pickup for the Raiders, right?
It's better than y'all's coach,
right? But our coordinator got 2 national championships in college and coached the MVP,
NFL.
and also has 2 AFC championship game and had one of the top offenses.
Hey, Jody,
it ain't a home run for them.
Jody, I bet he probably has a high school championship as well. But he hasn't done shit in the NFL that would make him a splash higher.
The Raiders ain't had a good coach in a long time. It ain't just because of them coaches. Them damn ownership is bad. So I don't know if this is gonna work either.
They keep paying the old coaches that they fired. They got $50 million to pay out to four or five different coaches.
But Ray, it's a splash higher for everybody else. But when Cleveland go get a proven fucking winner, it ain't a splash higher. That shit is crazy.
Y'all hired Larry?
Proven winner at what?
I just told you he got 2 national championships in college. He had the #1 offense. He went to an AFC championship game, and he coached the MVP. What are we talking about? What else do you need?
I've got some youth league championships that I won.
All right, Mike.
I got some high school experience, and ain't nobody.
Mike on his trolling today.
Mike don't. Mike,
when
he gets smoked at a fucking take, he just don't want to shut the fuck up. You got smoked, nigga.
Did you hear our argument about
the
Cleveland hire?
You got smoked.
No, I want to know, did Ray hear the argument about
No,
the Cleveland
I didn't.
hire? All I said was that the Browns, being who they are, need to try to bring in somebody that makes not another first-time head coach, this or that. All I'm saying is that being who Cleveland is, they need as much as I hate to do, if they hired Sean Payton, if they hired
You can't hire somebody already got a job.
If they stole somebody away from another job by offering the kitchen sink to change their trajectory, then I would say that's a great hire. Cleveland has hired more first-time head coaches damn near than any franchise ever, and they keep doing it, and it doesn't work.
That was his take is that you need to go lure a coach away. This nigga said go get Sean McVay from the Rams, like he's going to lead the Rams to come to Cleveland. That was just preposterous.
Ray, if you offer him $200 million, do you think he'd leave the Rams and go to Cleveland?
We don't have $200 million.
No, because first of all, that's a ridiculous amount of money. Second of all, I think he's winning. He's winning where he's winning. He's producing coaches. He's producing head coaches from his tree. He's doing exactly what Bill Belichick and all the great coaches have done. And he just turned 40.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, so
it doesn't make any logical sense that somebody.
So you don't think that money motivates people to move
to come to Cleveland
locations?
Who the fuck?
No, because you're gonna make more money where you're at by winning. You go to Cleveland, you know that you got probably a short lease. So why do that to yourself? Why go somewhere where you're building history?
I want to apologize to the people for bringing this up. I realized that after I mentioned Ohio State, that there was nothing that these two were actually going to disagree about.
Mike gets
just go ahead
he mad because ain't nobody agreeing with him.
Yeah, as it always does. But the people in the comments,
I agree with him.
Mike gets smoked 98% of the time on his show, and he just don't know how to take a loss. You should understand what losing means. You're a Falcons fan.
Hey, wow. But this is the crazy part. When I do agree with him, he don't even think about that. But when we don't agree with him, this dude want to throw a whole little tizzy fit. Put your glasses back on, Mike.
Ray, it's just like that. It's not when you
put your glasses back on.
I don't point out when you agree with me. I point out when you disagree with me because it's a tag team effort. You can agree with me.
I thought you like threesomes.
Yeah. So just sit back and take it.
What'd you say, Tom?
It's crazy. Listen, I'm not about to do all that.
Go ahead, Jody.
Hey, Ray, give me your final thought as we get out of here.
Wow. Hey man, this was funny as heck. My final thought, man. Last night we witnessed Shakur Stevens, man. He went out there and handled what is his name? Teofimo Lopez. He went out there and handled him. It was a lot of stuff leading up to this fight. People was fighting in the press conferences. They was fighting in the weigh-ins. Like, it was a lot of testosterone mixed in with a whole lot of estrogen energy out there. But nevertheless, man, these guys went out there and settled it in the ring. Shakur got the best of him. Shakur goes to 25-0 with 11 knockouts. To Lopez lost. This is his first loss since 2021. And he's only lost 2 fights. So, man, these guys, I can see this being this can get ran back, even though Stevens called out another guy while he was still in the ring. I just love that boxing, man. That boxing is kind of giving us that little edge that they need now. Boxing can go ahead and work out choosing these fights and picking these fights better when they're in their prime, like this one. I think boxing would be back where they need to be, especially producing more heavyweight champions and things of that nature, man. But last night was the ultimate thing. And also, did y'all see the guy get his hairpiece knocked off? Hey, classic night for boxing. You had comedy, you had good fights, you had good storylines, man, and that one literally, took the cake.
He got his hairpiece knocked off?
He got his wig piece knocked off.
He got his wig split?
Yes, sir.
He got his muffin back, peeled back blue.
So you telling me that a dude was in the ring with a man unit on?
Yep.
And got it
not a good man unit
off.
Mike, you
I'll
ain't see
send
that shit?
I'll send it to
I
you.
didn't. I was too many tequila shots in last night. That's why I had my glasses on earlier because man, I was struggling, but I didn't know that had happened. Man, that's the best take of the year.
That's crazy work. You got to see that. Soul and Sports, give me your final thoughts. We get out of here.
Final thought: the trade deadline for the NBA is next Thursday, and there's a lot of rumors flying around that the Milwaukee Bucks are going to trade Giannis. I think they should go ahead and do it. But Milwaukee, listen to me. Get back as many draft picks as you can because you still play basketball in Milwaukee. You got good luck convincing free agents to go there and play. So if I'm Milwaukee, I want more draft pick backs and maybe a couple of young players, but give me all the draft picks you got for the next 5 years, and we got a deal.
No doubt. Good stuff. Michael, the people saying, give me your final thoughts. We get out of here.
So I've watched several movies and different things in my life and different stuff in my life, and sometimes you just want it to end. If the movie's gone on long enough, it's too long. You know, Titanic was a great movie, but at some point you just got to the point where, hey man, this needs to end. I'm ready to do something else. And that's about I am with LeBron James. I basically at this point, I just almost can't endure anymore, and the trolling needs to stop. I don't know if we talked about it on one of the days I was absent, but this whole concept that it is harder to play 82 games now than it was back in the day is absolutely ludicrous on every level. And LeBron James needs to stop. No matter how much you try to say, no matter how many crazy, irresponsible analytics you come up with, you are not going to go down as the GOAT. It's not going to happen. You are not it, and it is okay. But to disrespect continuously a generations of guys that played in the NBA, that laid the foundation for you to be able to play the 50 games that you choose to play on the back end of your career and still get paid for it is totally disrespectful. Eliminating physicality from the game, you guys have hyperbaric chambers, you got personal trainers, you got toenail clippers, people to clip your toenails. You got everything that you could ever need to stay physically prepared. And y'all supposed to be so much better athletes and so much more advanced and so much more skilled. But playing 82 games is harder with your first class private jets when these guys were flying commercial. Stop it.
Okay. All right. Tell me how you really feel, Mike. My final take is this. We talk about records that are never going to be broken. We name maybe Cal Ripken's streak. We talk about games played in the NFL, scoring records that LeBron James has just accomplished. May never be broken, but one that we don't talk about is rushing yards in a Super Bowl is held by Franco Harris. He's the all-time leading rusher in Super Bowl history, and I just don't think that it's ever going to be broken because you're never going to see a running back get to the Super Bowl that many times with the same organization or any other organization. Because if you look at the top running backs in the game, they normally are not as well decorated enough that are Hall of Fame caliber players that get an opportunity to go to Super Bowl as many times as Franco Harris did. He went to 4 different Super Bowls, and he averaged over 100 yards a game in those 4 performances. You would think guys like Emmitt Smith will be up there, which he is, but he's not passing Franco Harris. So I think this is a record that probably will never be broken. All-time leading rusher in NFL history in the Super Bowl. I don't think that record would be broken because we don't give enough opportunities for these guys like the Derrick Henrys of the world to get to multiple Super Bowls for them to even break the record. So that's a record that we need to note that probably will never be broken. The most yards rushing in Super Bowl history. That's my final take.
Who's the closest to him, Joe? It got to be Emmitt Smith, right?
Emmitt Smith.
I figured Emmitt, yeah.
What about Timmy Smith?
He only played. He had 204, but he's still 200 yards away from him.
He only played one
I
game.
got that part, but didn't he have that in one game?
Yeah, he did. But we knew that's what I'm saying. You might have guys go for one game. Marcus Allen had 191 in one game, where he won the MVP. But I just can't see somebody getting to the Super Bowl enough times to break Franco Harris' record.
Do you think anybody would break Timmy Smith's record? That's really that was the question I was going to ask you.
I think that it can be done. I mean, I could have got 200 yards in the way that the fucking Redskins was blocking in that goddamn game. You know the crazy thing, Mike, is he didn't win the MVP. He rushed for 102. It was Doug Williams still won the MVP.
Yeah, and I think that we don't even run the ball enough in football anymore to where anyone would ever reach 204 yards in a Super Bowl. That's why I think that is as much of a record single game, and like you said, Franco Harris. That's yeah. I don't see that happening. I don't see those two things happening. At least not in my lifetime.
I think the Timmy Smith record can be broken. It depends because you might go into a situation where the quarterback is Ellen. We don't know. Even like Sam Darnold's shoulder mess up, he like shit, and they start dominating on the ground game because Kenneth Walker had a hell of a game last game he played. So I can see that being broken rather than multiple games, somebody getting there and actually breaking Franco Harris' record. Asia said, great show, guys. Take the time this week for yourself. Men need and deserve self-care, too. Thank you, Asia. Definitely appreciate it. Eagles Philly said, good show today. Good brothers. Keep doing your thing. Stay safe and stay blessed. You stay blessed over there. And your boy dropped 40 and 14, I believe. Embiid and had a couple 40-point games. So Philly, but they lose their boy Paul George. That's crazy work. But I'm your host, Jody Coleman of Against the Grain Sports Podcast, Uncut. Man, we're here with my man, Jarrell Soul on Sports Glenn, all the way from San Antonio, Texas. We got Michael, the People's Champ, Perry in the building, Ray, more than just a barber, Lindsay. We got Jason, the Hefty Lefty, Andrew, mic'd up, Donald, the voice of the youth. And we can't do none of this, guys, without Jay Kane and Chef cooking it up in the kitchen. Ray, what we doing until tomorrow, my man?
Hey, yo, we working. We're not popping perks.
Hey, one more